Madagascar, the country of Madagascar. This used to be all forest land. It used to be all beautiful as you see from your window. By lack of management, was disaster happens. And I saw a video in CNN about this country, how they are begging for a little piece of bread to eat because there is no production. And population is growing, but there is no land to harvest. You don't want this happen to Ecuador, do you?
Yes, we have these models apply in many states, and also in international level in Canada, in Alberta, Canada, and they are using it very, very with confidence because they like it. Also, I have been in places like Italy, in some of the countries that we have exposed this to. New Zealand, Chile, Costa Rica, of course. We have a farm. I have a farmer that I help farmer to implement NTT in the land now through the University of Costa Rica. And you know, the most successful part of this modeling that people start using is in Iowa and Texas.
It's about, I would say about 15, 17 states. They're using this now, entertaining this, and we are working to make it more and around the whole United States. And that's our gift to you. Now, if you don't use this technology, this modeling, and I walk in here and I go to the airport, that's a sad day. Because the opportunity came and knocked the door, and then you say, no, we don't want it. And you cannot do it by yourself. You need to have a government, you need to have locals to support these efforts. So therefore you have to be very alert. But if they are using it, it means it's working well, and you have to follow. And this is an entity, you see, you can go get the map and see your farm, and then you get information, run the management, and get this information graphically, what is the BMPs. It gives you all information in the world. It's a great tool for research in university. Absolutely. And this is going to save. If some of those BMP, if you can increase 20% production of milk and crops, just imagine how rich your country will now become. And right now, that 20% is being wasted in the water and goes away.
Bueno, conocer de primera mano y conocer de expertos sobre temas específicos para nosotros como ciudadanos amazónicos, como servidores o trabajadores del Estado y como alumnos en general, es muy importante porque nos acerca al conocimiento.
And this is what we get. This is very important graph, extremely important. Here we have axis of reduction nutrients, in this case sediment, correct? And this is economic. So if you are in this section, we will reduce the sediment, but it's going to cost money. These are the BMPs cost money. If you are in this section, not only we reduce, but we make money.
I think this university is very in the edge of technology. Let's just put it this way: this university is sitting on the line, on the wall. Either it goes to the old-fashioned way, or take the steps for the new technology and become recognized for something big for this country.
So I'm going to tell you something about NTT. NTT is the new kid in the block. It's the newest technology. It's the internet-based. So you can use the internet, you can use this tablet and go to the farm, anywhere you have internet access, to do it. And it's something, nutrient tracking tool. The United States right now is very attractive to these things. NRCS, USDA wants to adopt this for the whole United States. how does entity works? It goes to the apex model, which is basically the field scale model, and uses that model to evaluate some of the BMPs that happen in that farm. And it's very important because this allows you to do with the farmer, talk to the farmer, and it's easy to use. The databases comes from general databases and hold in somewhere in university, and then you just take the databases and run the BMPs, management practices, and tell farmer which one is the best for you. And it's a web-based. You can go to Africa, you can go Ecuador, you can go United States, anywhere that they have web-based, web connection, you can run the model.
Estas charlas se están dando los días martes o es ya una costumbre establecida aquí en la Ikiam, dar este tipo de charlas de nivel científico tanto alto los días martes. Para mí es la primera vez que he venido, gracias a la invitación de Byron Massa, ha sido realmente interesante.
U.S. government wants to adopt some of these models in their states, United States. So I bring in you the most updated, top-of-the-line technology, and I want to share with you because we both share one thing, and that's Mother Nature. We want to keep the environment intact. And instead of talking about it all the time and reading about it, we need to take the hands off and sleeves off and start working at it. So, I'm the project leader, and these are the two major persons. Oscar is from, by the way, Colombia, and is my programmer. And then we have Edward Osei. Dr. Osei is the economist that does the economy, and quite a few other people that join our team, and they're working on this. So, and we get sources of funding from USDA most of the time, and our university, and so on. So this is the technology I want to share with you. Targeting. If you go ahead and set up an instrument at the bottom of the watershed, you know what I'm talking about, watershed? Watershed is where there's a huge area that the runoff from different land uses comes to the lakes, to the bottom of then it goes to Amazon here. Amazon is a big, huge watershed. And quite a few rivers join together and goes to Amazon. That's what I mean by watershed. So if you put one sample in Amazon River and you see the nitrogen goes up and down and it's dangerous, if you don't know where it comes from, you will be very fast judging. Okay, agriculture did this. Oh no, city did this. So in order to find out, you need to target. If you have an issue about your life, and suddenly the money is in the bank goes down, you have to go find out, what did I do? Where did I spend the money that my money went down? So that's called targeting. You have to target the issue. So this model are physical based, means that they're really getting to the equations, and that's why they're adaptable to other part of the world. So everything from the climate to erosion to nutrients to carbon to pesticide, everything goes through what happens in the nature is being simulated in these models. And here's some of those practices that can be evaluated. What if I have too much erosion? What if I do this? How much reduction I get? If I have animal production, how do I graze them to increase their weight, at the same time not to damage the environment? If I have a forest land, how do I protect the forest land to not become disastrous? Or changing the land use, evaluating, should I change the land use? This model tells you yes or no. So these are very important management decision-making programs.